0 lead, trying to post up Bennett early.
All right, and Bennett goes
There
to
you
work,
go.
and Aaron Bennett gets his second bucket of the game and draws the foul.
Now, against a small team like Glenville, here goes a substitution. Coach Caldwell putting more strength in the game, getting a little bit more beef, but I don't think he has enough beef to stop Bennett in there. But if they're going to make Bennett come out outside the three and defend, on the other end, Marshall needs to make him pay and let Bennett shoot layup.
All right, and the big guy knocks down the free throw, so they had to get Robinson out there. It's Robinson's fourth foul of the contest. From the outside and putting up the shot, no good, none. Snags it.
Flop.
He gets it into the hands of Polydor, who knocks down the shot.
So they're calling a foul against Marshall. And the three-point basket's going to be good. They're calling a foul on Bennett, and I'm telling you, that was just a flop. Bennett's laughing about it. Bennett barely made contact. So there's the referees punishing a guy because he's big.
So Polydor hits the three. He's now with 19 in the game, and he is the leading scorer of the contest. (17) for C.J. Burks leads the way for the Herd. Maneuvering is Ginty, who came in for Robinson, and Polydor has just rifled one after another here in this game and has the Pioneers within 6 at 66-60.
I think both of these teams shooting the ball well is a tribute to their coaching staff. Now, they have coaches on each end that could shoot the basketball, and they believe how the game's supposed to be played now. The kids don't have to play tight or worry about a bad shot.
Polydor is 6 of 8 from the three-point line. C.J. Burks can't get his shot to drop. And the blue and white clad Pioneers go to work here. Polydor feeling it here in this second half and has rifled in his third in a row.
Again, this matchup with the big lineup has not helped Marshall. Now, right there, Bennett can just score all day. But they got to get stops on this end, and with this big lineup, they have not been able to get stops.
Aaron Bennett now with 7 in the game, and 5 of those coming here in the second half. He has all of Marshall's points, and Polydor has all of Glenville's points thus far here in the second half. Glenville jumped out to an 11-0 lead in this game. Beautiful drive by Jared West, who now has 12. Polydor, a little too easy.
I'll tell you, Polydor, I mean, he's a Division I talent. I mean, he can play on the offensive end. He's strong, really good player for Glenville.
Young man out of Brooklyn, New York. He's a senior. Then he was at Clark Atlanta University. Jansen Williams. Shot will not drop in a 70-65 contest. Polydor open. Polydor connects.
Goodness. Poly locked down the door. That boy can shoot the ball.
Polydor with 30 points here. Bennett and the big guy. And he takes a tumble. And he gets up a little slow. You always worry about the big men when they go down like that, Bob. But tough guy and gets up.
Glenville's outscored Marshall by 7 to start this half and 11 to start the game. So with these two lineups on the floor, that's an 18-point differential in about 7 minutes. So Coach D'Antoni's not going to panic. If this was a regular season game, he would probably go to the smaller lineup, which has been more effective earlier, but he's trying to maintain confidence within his players.
Bennett has 3 fouls in the game. Marshall with 2 here in this second half. Phil Bledsoe's played well, the former Herd player. Darius Nunn kicks it out. What a pass, and into the hands of Ginty, and he connects.
Mark, Glenville does not look like the two Division II teams that came here and played the exhibition last year. They shoot the ball well. They have quick guard play. I believe Glenville's going to have a good season this year.
So Bledsoe can't get it to drop as the Pioneers retake the lead at 71-70. Elmore on the move. Dishing to C.J. Burks.
C.J. Burks strong with the pump fake, getting to the basket, drawing the foul. That's 2 team fouls each so far this second half.
And Polydor with his second. Elmore to inbound. To Jansen Williams. Williams right in front of the Herd bench. And Jansen Williams delivers the three-pointer. His first of the game.
Shot clock malfunction. It's already down to 13. Ref's going to reset it at 26, and Glenville will take it out from this end of the floor.
7th three-pointer of the game for Marshall.
Okay. Coach Caldwell setting up a pick and roll there to the left.
Darius Nunn, shot won't drop. C.J. Burks comes out of there with it. So Marshall with 7 threes. Polydor has 8 for Glenville.
Yeah, they were going for a backdoor lob dunk there, and Nunn didn't get the memo. Bennett's strong move, reverse layup. He'll go to the line for 2 more.
You get an idea there, right there, of Bennett's athleticism.
Oh, very athletic.
Genty now with 3 fouls in the game. Youngster out of Miami. Bennett. Ante Sustic set to check back in for the Herd, and Bennett can't get either free throw to drop. 2-point game. Glenville looking to tie it up and driving into the lane. A foul will be called.
I don't know what happened there, but Bennett threw Burks down when he was driving to I guess he was trying to move him, and boy, he gave him a good toss.
Shot by Elmore, and here comes Polydor. Good one here at the Cam Henderson Center. Marshall by 2. (73-71) game here at Cam Henderson Center. Is that what you're going as? Halloween? That's your costume?
He dances a little bit better than I can. Marshall's so calm here, but 2-point game with 15 minutes to go. I think Glenville's played great.
Aaron Goebel just passing a note. 5,734 here at the Cam Henderson Center. Not bad on a Sunday afternoon, exhibition-wise. So at the free throw line is Davion Johnson for Glenville.
The crowd getting on him, shooting the air ball from the free throw line after the timeout. Marshall, I think, needs to step up a sense of urgency here. 2-point game with 15 minutes to go is not a comfortable lead at all.
And Johnson missing the opportunity to get to 14 in the game and tie things up. So the Herd with that 2-point advantage here. And C.J. Burks.
Got him pushing off with the left elbow. C.J. Burks speaking to the referee about the defender was in his space and about gave up a layup there.
Phil Bledsoe fights down low against his former teammates and up with the shot, no good for Polydor. Out of bounds, and the basketball will belong to the Thundering Herd. That last foul before we went to the break was on Iron Bennett, so he's on the bench now with 4. Here's Jared West. And West draws contact.
Jared West going to the basket strong. Jared got the angle, leaned in. Bledsoe slid under for the blocking call. West to go to the line for 2.
Bledsoe's third, each team now with 4. West up and in with the first one, so Jared in the game, 3 for 3 at the line, and has 13 points to match his number.
Mark, you can kind of feel Marshall getting ready to make a run. Their depth, I believe, is starting to wear it down on Glenville. Here, I just look for him to make a run right here.
Herd nearly with a steal there. On the move, shot up, no good. Followed it nicely, though, Johnson. Johnson now with 14 in the game. Number 14 for the Herd, C.J. Burks on the move, beautiful.
Marshall's scoring too easily on this end of the floor, but Glenville battling on the offensive boards on the other end, traveling violation.
C.J. Burks now with 21 in the game.
It's 4, and the last 3 or 4 possessions, Marshall's been able to get easy shots. Here comes West off of the pick and roll. Here comes the roll, another easy one.
And there is Sustic.
So Glenville has to step up defensively because Marshall's getting an easy shot every trip down the floor.
6-point advantage for the Herd. Fade away right at the free throw line by Johnson. Young man out of Indianapolis.
David Johnson made a hard shot. Step back, falling away. Great pass here on the dunk from West to Sustic. Put her down.
Straightaway shot, and that will fall for Smith. So Smith has scored 6 in the game, had a 3-pointer in the first half, and 1 here in the second half. Glenville not going away. Down 1, C.J. Burks.
C.J. Burks able to get to the paint for an easy one, but here comes Glenville right back at the Herd.
None will miss the shot. Sustic with the rebound. Elmore weaving his way through traffic. West guns it. Bledsoe snags it for the Pioneers. On the move, and Polydor. Well, most of his points have come from the 3-point line, but he drives in there and gives Glenville an opportunity here to draw within 1, and there is a beautiful feed from Elmore to Williams.
Marshall's scoring at will, but they can't stop Polydor. I mean, Polydor, somebody has to come and help. He has 32 points.
Bledsoe's shot blocked. Bledsoe goes down. Jared West will attack with Bledsoe guarding. And Sustic.
I don't think that was. I can see a replay of that, Mark. I thought the ball was off the rim. He just missed the dunk.
Jansen Williams will check out, as will Jared West. And here we go. Have another look, Bob.
Great alley-oop to Jansen Williams with the dunk. You know, just Glenville, they just stay in the game. Every time Marshall goes up 4-6, Glenville hits a big shot, and it's been Polydor.
Tavion Kinsey checked in along with this guy, and George missed the dunk. And Kinsey with the rebound. Two guys that just checked in could not get the shot to drop, unfortunately. Just missed a couple of dunks back-to-back, but good defense again by the Herd. Kinsey ahead to Elmore, and then Elmore finds the freshman.
Coach D'Antoni may be the only coach in the world. Guy missed a wide open dunk and his expression doesn't change. And I think that gives his team the confidence to come back and get a bucket on the other end. It just, I think young guys love to play for him.
And Dan D'Antoni, just a remarkable coach, and his demeanor and the way he treats these young men like men. That's why they have been so successful under the Herd Hall of Famer. Right now, his team in a dogfight with the Pioneers of Glenville. Five-point game. Marshall in the lead over Glenville, 85-80 here on Herd Vision. Great to have you with us, along with Coach Bob Bolin, our great crew, Mark Martin. And again, as you said, Bob, you have exhibition games, Bob, for a reason, because you want to get a lot of work, but you want to have a test, and Marshall's getting a test here.
Definitely a test. Maybe more of a test than Marshall's wished for. That was a big possession there for Glenville. Yeah, I'm just telling you, Coach Caldwell's looking up the clock, thinking 5-point game, 11 minutes. We got a chance to win this thing, and they're in the dogfight right now.
Another break here in the action. Polydor leads the way for Glenville with 32. Davion Johnson, 16. Phil Bledsoe, 10. Thundering Herd led by C.J. Burks, 23. We're back to the cam in a moment. Five-point game, Thundering Herd on top of the Pioneers of Glenville from the Mountain East Conference, NCAA Division II.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark, odd stat here. Marshall has dominated the scoring in the paint 44-26, but Glenville has 20 second chance points while Marshall has only 7. So Glenville doing a great job attacking the offensive boards. Marshall able to drive to the paint at will.
Yeah, great stat there, Bob. And Pioneers now, backdoor there, and nice job once more. by Davion Johnson.
They went over that during the timeout. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mark.
no, they did.
They tried to get a backdoor lob earlier during the play and early in the season. None didn't catch it.
Johnson was 6 in the second half and a miss by the Herd. Here comes Glenville, and
Wow.
it's going to be Kalen Johnson.
That was
First bucket of the game.
an athletic finish. Strong over George.
Sustic cannot get the shot to drop. Kalen Johnson, just saw him score for Glenville. They're down 1. Here's Nunn. He changes that as he hits from the outside. Nunn with his first basket of this second half, and that has allowed Glenville to regain the advantage at 86-85. Elmore. And a little too close there was Davion Johnson.
John Elmore looking up at the clock. Tremendous free throw shooter, able to get to the line when he wants. Beautiful finish here. Strong, drew the contact, put it in the basket. Great finish by Johnson.
Jared West checking back in. Sustic will head out. Elmore now with 12 in the game, and a free throw, his first point of this second half. Even at 86.
Wow.
Darius Nunn.
Darius Nunn and Polydor at the guard positions have just they played lights out for Glenville.
Jared West on the move. His shot won't go.
Probably a good piece of officiating there. The late whistle. West got there. There was contact on his arm. The ref was waiting to see if he made the basket or not. When he did it, he hit the whistle. And fans really get upset with that, but coaches kind of understand that. You hear the late whistle, got him right on the arm. Referee waited. It caused him to miss the shot, so the referee put him at the line. I don't like to say good things about the referees, but that was a good job of officiating there.
16 points in the game for Jared West. Perfect at the line today. 6 of 6.
All tied up, Mark. 88 all. 10 minutes to go.
Darius Nunn missed the shot. Going high was Johnson, and it will be Marshall's basketball.
Marshall very fortunate there. Glenville again attacking the offensive rebounds.
Rondell Watson back into the game and flips it up and in.
The finger roll. Oh, George Gervin move by Rondell Watson there.
Rondell Watson with 9 in the game. Marshall by 2. Davion Johnson working against George.
Wow.
And high up the glass there. Kinsey tried to come in and help.
Glenville State is going to be a handful in the Mountain East this year.
Davion Johnson now with 20 in the game. And it's a 90-90 tie. George tried to weave his way through about 3 blue jerseys, and he draws contact. Bledsoe will check back in for Glenville, and heading out will be Howard Smith. Elmore is going to head to the bench for the Herd. C.J. Burks will come back in. George now 3 for 3 at the line. 13 in the game. And make it 14. Darius Nunn, North Central West Virginia battle right there. Clarksburg and Fairmont. Nunn over to Johnson, and Johnson launches right in front of Caldwell and Elmore, his coaches, and drains it.
Glenville takes a 1-point lead. Marshall getting to the rim. Glenville has to help. They can't give up dunks. They have to help and hope Marshall misses the three-pointer.
Rondell Watson now with 11 in the game.
Nunn thought he had an open court there, and I guess we have another shot clock problem. Watson with a nice crossover going towards his left, finish. Nobody from Glenville around. Good strong finish by Rondell Watson.
Kalen Johnson in the game. Darius Nunn, Phil Bledsoe, Jamal Polymore, and Davion Johnson. Phil Bledsoe scores it for the Pioneers. Bledsoe had 10 first half points. First bucket of the second half, now has 12. And Glenville back up one. Rondell Watson. C.J. Burks with the basketball. Watson wants to drive, and Watson's shot was knocked away by Johnson. On the other end, driving and scoring is Jamal Polydor. Polydor with 34 now, and Glenville back up by 3.
We told you the guards for Glenville would outscore the guards for Marshall before the game. You'd never believe it.
How about Darius George knocking down the three-pointer?
Big three-pointer. And then Glenville making the error on the inbounds play. Marshall down 3 when George takes the 3. Now they have the ball to take the lead.
A big three-pointer there by Davion Johnson. Marshall, though, responding. It's a 97-97 tie. Back inside the Cam Henderson Center, a 97-97 game between the Thundering Herd of Marshall and the Pioneers of Glenville State College.
I'll tell you, Glenville's played great. And Marshall needs more of a sense of urgency this last 7:42. We were in this situation when I was at Mountain State at WVU. 5 minutes to go in the game. Game still up for grabs, and the Division I team kind of took over there like Marshall hopes to do right here.
Marshall owned a 63-54 lead at the break, and Glenville has outscored the Herd 43-34 here in this second half. Back in the game for the Herd, Cam Brooks Harris, number 24, and he draws the foul.
Very odd in a game this close to see John Elmore taking a break at the 7:36 mark.
Polydor, one thing to keep an eye on here now, Coach, is he just picked up his 4th foul. He's got 34 points in the game for the Pioneers. That was the 8th team foul on Glenville. And Cam Brooks Harris, freshman, 6'6", 170, outstanding young man out of Zanesville, Ohio.
Extremely athletic, great dunker, great finisher.
And Brooks Harris gets on the board with a couple of free throws, and he gives the Thundering Herd a 99-97 advantage. Nunn will attack, gets it to Bledsoe. Bledsoe had trouble getting a handle on it, and here comes Marshall. Burks. C.J. Burks holds it out near midcourt, picked up there by Kalen Johnson. Here's a pass to George. George can't get the dunk to go through. Nunn on the other end. Rise Nunn will pull up in the free throw circle. Shot won't go, and got a whistle as Brooks Harris kept the ball alive. But they are going to call the freshman with the foul, his first.
Yeah. Usually D2s and then the Aggies, when they go into D1, they say, boy, we got the bad whistle, and they haven't gotten the bad whistle tonight. Now, I'll just tell you, that was another close call against the Herd.
Brooks Harris goes away with the steal there, and then Brooks Harris going to be fouled by Ty Robinson, and Robinson has picked up his fifth.
Great defense by Brooks Harris. Going down here to finish. Hard foul by Marshall. Had to give up his fifth. Glenville's played 10 people tonight, so.
Cam Brooks Harris back at the line, and he connects, so it's 3 for 3. Marshall hits the century mark at 197. They played back in 1921. Glenville won 31-30. Most of the games they played down through the years in the early days. Last time they actually got together, Marshall a convincing 93-48 victory in 2001. And Nunn on the move and speeds down the floor and scores. He's got 15.
He's hard to pressure full court. Just a poised, strong player.
John Elmore, speaking of poise.
Now, Glenville's scared to death of Marshall's three-point shooting, not helping anywhere off the drive, and Marshall able to get easy layups.
Elmore has 14 in the game. Marshall by 4. Driving in.
My goodness.
This play yet again by Johnson. Johnson has been impressive. He has 25. Polydor out at the moment. We mentioned he has 4 fouls. Here is John Elmore. Guns it. Shot won't drop. Genty with the rebound. On the move is Kalen Johnson. Glenville with the ball and down 2. 5:38 on the turning clock here at the Cam Henderson Center. Been a good one on this exhibition Sunday between the Herd and the Pioneers. Bledsoe knocks it off the glass, and Bledsoe ties things up. Bledsoe with 14. We're even at 103. Marshall turning it over. Here comes Kalen Johnson. Lets that 3 fly. No good. And the rebound by Jared West. So he had a little one-on-one situation there for a moment. C.J. Burks, his shot won't drop. C.J. Burks and Nunn, they were the only 2 guys on the Thundering Herd end of the floor.
5-minute mark, tie game.
Done.
That's 2 really poor shots by Glenville. 2 straight trips in a tie game. You just can't have that.
And look on Coach Caldwell's face says it all. Here comes Marshall now. Elmore has it. Jansen Williams and Rondell Watson getting set to check back in for the Herd. Glenville got a couple of players ready to check back in. Elmore can't get his shot to drop. Bledsoe feeds it across the 10-second line to Genty. On the move, and Genty's shot won't go through. Cam Brooks Harris, and here's George. Let us lay it in this time, and George gives Marshall back the lead. 19 in the game for George.
Nunn just let him go there. Both teams looking a little winded right now. Another tough shot for Glenville. You know, they've done a good job working to get good shots. That's 3 of the last 4 possessions. There's George just cramping on the other end.
Well, I'll tell you what, he had an awkward situation there to grab that rebound and then made the pass to his teammate. And right now, Darius George down, Marshall up 105-103, 3:54 to go here in Huntington.
Injured player, Darius George.
Delighted to have you with us here at the Cam Henderson Center on Herd Vision as we bring you exhibition basketball. The Thundering Herd of Marshall and the Pioneers of Glenville State College get a shot there at Darius George. Bob Boland, he went down pretty hard there, but looked to be maybe just a cramp.
I think it was just a cramp. I'll tell you, 3 minutes ago, game still undecided. Coach D'Antoni cannot be happy with this for Marshall today.
Well, the shot was missed by West, but the freshman Tavion Kinsey there with the stick back. He has 4. Marshall leads by 4, 107-103. Bledsoe missed the shot. They get it back to the Wheeling native, and he is going to be called for the offensive foul. That's going to be 4 on Phil Bledsoe, who has 14 in the game. And Marshall now with that 4-point advantage and looking to add to it.
Not letting the game flow, Bledsoe. You know, you played for Marshall last year, trying to be the hero here. Not a good play by Bledsoe.
John Elmore across the timeline. Tavion Kinsey back to Elmore, 3-pointer, bouncing around, wouldn't drop. Bledsoe snags the rebound, gets it into the hands of Nunn, and the shot from three-point land is good by Howard Smith.
Glenville has 5 or 6 kids that can just really shoot the three-pointer.
Howard Smith makes it a 1-point game. His third three-pointer, has 9 in the contest. Ball swatted away there by Davion Johnson. It will be Marshall's ball. Elmore. Tavion Kinsey. Average 19.5 at East Moore Academy in Columbus. Elmore on the move against Bledsoe and scores. John Elmore. 15 in the game. Make it 16 for Elmore. Smith. Shot won't go. Elmore with the rebound.
Glenville's bench up there. That would have tied it up. A little off-balance 3, but Glenville's made them all night. John Elmore will probably look to get an easy one on this end.
Marshall by 3. Elmore sends it to number 3, and Jansen Williams slams it through.
Can't get much easier than that. 33-3 with a 3-point lead. Now it's up to 5.
Jansen Williams with 9 points, driving through, and Rondell Watson going to be whistled for the foul there. It will be his first of the game.
That's just a good play by Darius. A great dunk by Jansen. Great pass by John. Not sure what they wanted Elmore to do on that end. He went straight up. Nunn drew the contact, but I don't really agree with that foul either, Mark.
So Nunn at the line. Gets the free throw. Nunn with 7 here in the second half, and for the game, 16. He was the team's leading scorer a year ago, averaging 18.8. We mentioned he's been the only one on the floor today, Bob, for Glenville that played for the Pioneer program a season ago. Glenville lost in the opening round of the Mountain East Conference Tournament to UVA Wise in overtime, and that ended the season. The coaching change was made. Justin Caldwell takes over, and I'll tell you what, brought his team in here to Huntington. They've given the Herd a fight. John Elmore drives in. Elmore bumped around. Elmore turns around, could not get it to go. And boy, I tell you what, Rondell Watson, great effort there trying to get it for the Herd. So a 3-point game here, 111-108. Nunn shot is no good. Elmore snags the miss.
Big play there. Elmore run this clock down, probably go to the basket and look for Elmore to draw a foul here.
Picked up there by Polydor, who's backhand Polydor playing with the 4 fouls. It's been a huge game for Polydor with 34. Rondell Watson couldn't get the shot to drop. Under a minute to go, and the Pioneers want to talk it over.
Woo, boy, he was open too. I bet Caldwell, when that ball left his hand, he's thinking, oh, why did I make that call, a timeout? 1 possession game, Mark, 50 seconds left.
Now, what's your thoughts here in this game today? Marshall, a lot of good things. And certainly, again, exhibitions. You got a lot of things you're going to have to work on later. But they came in here and they had a fight.
Oh, they did. And Glenville's been really good offensively. And I'm sure Coach D'Antoni will downplay it in the media session after the game. But when they get behind closed doors, you know, this is the same team that beat Wichita State in their next to last game last year. And now with a Division II program, Glenville, a 3-point game with 50 seconds. But I'll just tell you this, Mark, Glenville State's going to be a handful in that Mountain East. They got a number of guys that can shoot the 3. They don't play scared. Big possession here. Look for Nunn driving to the basket and look for him to try to get Polydor shot.
Glenville State with 16 threes in the game here today, and they trail by 3 at 111-108. Rias Nunn.
Double ball pick at the top. Neither player made contact. Now they're going to have to spread it out, and he's going to drive it to the basket.
He had number 1 going up against number 1, Polydor and Kinsey.
Okay, held ball, jump ball possession. Glenville has the possession, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Looking for the last one. Good job by Jansen Williams. All right, here it is, Mark. Shot clock down to 8.
Bledsoe, Rainbow, no good, and the youngster keeps it alive down to Burks. Burks will lay it in.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Caldwell would have rather had Polydor taking that last shot. Again, great play by Williams.
Marshall slapping it out of bounds. C.J. Burks with 25 in the game. No bigger bucket than the one he just made. 113-108 here. 8.9 to play. Glenville with the ball. Nunn into Smith. Nunn from the corner has to force it up. Williams with the rebound, and that should do it.
Yeah, Marshall put up 113. Well, we had a great game here, Mark.
Yeah, the Pioneers of Glenville State College coming in here, exhibition game, and what an effort by the Pioneers, and Dan D'Antoni and his crew getting things started here with this exhibition showdown, Bob Boland.
Jansen Williams with the slam dunk. 23, Davion Johnson at the other end. Darius George with a slam dunk for the Herd. Just, I mean, great shots. That was good defense there.
Yeah,
I mean, some of that was not bad defense by Marshall. Glenville's guards played great, but Marshall able to hang on to win to get the victory.
All right, Bob Boland, great being with you. 113-108. Herd winning it. Thanks for being with us on Herd Vision.